Have you ever seen this? What is going on?
You are in 8-minute congestion. You are on the fastest route. You will arrive at 1550.
What's up, guys? What's up, cycling fanatics? I'm on my way to a crit in Rijsoord. 90 kilometer Criterium Elite. It's about an hour drive. I'm in traffic, so it's taking a little longer. And I just realized that I didn't put a SD card in my camera. So I'm trying to get you guys up to speed before I get there, because I need to go to the store and buy a card before the race. So I'm probably gonna be a little short on time. Anyway, decided today I'm racing this race because I wasn't sure if I'm gonna feel very well. I'm doing okay. I'm starting to do some training this week, but I haven't been feeling really well for the last like 4 weeks. So I'm not sure how it will go today, but we'll see. It's 90 kilometers, so it's gonna take like 2 hours of intense racing. This is the first crit I'm doing this year. First crit of 2019. Okay, on my way to the registration. I'm trying to be fast because I'm trying to save time, because I still have to go to the store to buy memory cards. The race starts in 1 hour. Goedemiddag.
Hallo, tientje bijschrijven.
We've got it. Race is in 45 minutes, so I have to hurry. Next challenge is to unpack these freaking crazy packages, because it's so... That's it. We in business. Cool, works. I always get a lot of questions about what cameras I use. I use this camera, the Drift Ghost, because its battery life is insane. So whatever the length of the race is, the X model of this camera will last for like 5 hours. Today is only going to be 2 hours, so I could have used another camera, but with this one I'll be sure that it's going to last the whole race. Just gonna start it at the start of the race, and then I don't have to worry about it. It's almost summer. I mean, the sun is shining. It's totally nice and warm, which is also the reason I am riding today, because if it was raining, I wouldn't have gone. Oh yeah, if you're wondering, we have a new outfit. So this is the 2019 outfit of the club, the Volharding, which is the club I race for in the Netherlands. The outfit got in a little late, so we've only raced it for maybe 2 races now, but this is it. It's a little more red. Maybe I'm getting rid of the base layer even. I didn't say anything about strategy yet. There's a couple guys from my team. I think I'm gonna talk to them a little bit about it, but apparently there's a very sharp corner and a very narrow piece of road in their course. So I think staying up front to save energy, because being in the back it will be like the harmonica effect. So staying in the front and probably force a break, finish in a good way. Wish me luck. Okay, the Criterium of Rijsoord. Draai on the kraai is the local name of this race. Basically it's a short lap, 90 kilometer criterium, so that's 53 laps. That's a lot of laps. And it was all left-hand turns, as you can see in the track layout at the top right. And these turns were very, very sharp. Going through this first turn, this was the sharpest turn of the track, and we're going onto a bike lane. So super sharp turn onto a narrow bike lane into the wind. So this was a sort of a slower part of the race actually, because it would just go across the entire width of this bike lane, and the guys in the front would just start going pretty slow. Everybody comes together, and then just before a couple corners would come up at the end of the straightaway, guys would get on the gas again to get through these corners first and maybe attack. Attacking after these corners was probably the best idea actually. I'll take you through the entire first lap so you can see what we're working with today. As always, we have all the data on the screen: power, speed, cadence,
As I already said, the track layout. Right now we're going through a couple corners here on the end of this straightaway, and then into a very sharp left-hand turn onto a brick road with bumps, with speed bumps and holes in the road. So onto a very rough section of this race. Very big accelerations after these corners. The guys in front have a little bit more speed. They get back up to maybe 45, 50 kilometers an hour. So the further you are in the back, the slower you go through the turn and the more power you'll need to get back up to speed and to push that acceleration. Do not pay attention to the speed right now because the GPS was completely off. We're probably doing like 45 kilometers an hour at least, and this thing is saying 20, so that's wrong. Another sharp left-hand corner, and then it's on to the start-finishing straightaway again, which is on a bumpy street. And I think we're starting straight away with a 3-lap preem, which is sort of a mini GC over the next 3 laps. So by the first, second and third place you get a point, or 2 points, or 3 points, and then after 3 laps they'll give out a preem for the guy with the most points. So with these sharp corners in this race, the whole field was strung out a lot. It was basically single file all the way. So it was very important to get to the front as soon as possible and stay within at least the first 10 to 15 riders. The further you are to the back, the harder it's gonna get because the harmonica effect. I keep saying harmonica, but I mean accordion. The accordion effect. So everybody breaks through the corner, it goes to single file, and then the guys in front, they keep going, they accelerate, and they just get a gap instantly. So by the time the last guy of the peloton is through the corner, the first guy is already so much further away, and this just gets worse and worse the further you are to the back of the field. So stay in the front, that's key to racing a race like this. Currently riding behind Jasper Verkuijl, one of my buddies. He went with me to the Carrefour de l'Arbre to get the KOM on those cobbles of the Paris-Roubaix race, and we did it. That he was one of the 2 guys that came with me to get that done. So pretty cool. He was racing here as well. Right now you can see me on this bumpy street just before the last corner, and I see a little gap. I go around to go through this corner in front, because basically then you can carry so much more speed, as you can see right now. And then this pretty much turned into an attack. The guy in front of me, he was pushing nicely, and I just follow him, looking back a little bit if a lot of riders would follow. And if you could keep doing this, eventually it will break up and you'll have a breakaway at some point. So just stay in front and keep pushing hard, and you will break away from the group. That's pretty much how it always happens in these very tight crits. I've got another teammate with me, Jordi, right here in the red jersey. We are nicely in the front of the race, just casually pushing a little bit. This is into the wind, so you don't want to go too crazy because it doesn't really do anything. Just right now going through this corner again in the first place, which is so much faster, as you can see, compared to the other times I went through that corner in the group. We didn't get away, we didn't stay in the front the whole time, so I was falling back a little bit to save a little bit of energy. Don't stay in the front the whole time, just try to keep in the first 15 riders, then you'll be okay. And then right now coming through this corner, I accelerate, or at least I try to accelerate, and my chain drops, so I couldn't keep going. And I try to keep rolling and just get the chain back up, which normally would easily be fixed while you're riding your bike, but it didn't happen. I couldn't get it on, so everybody's overtaking me now. And with a mechanical defect, you can stop, fix it, and you get 1 lap, so you can rejoin the race. But right now I didn't know if this was just a chain drop or whatever, so I stopped. It was stuck in the bike, so I get it loose, get it back on the bike, and then I was able to rejoin the race. That's what I thought, but I tried to pedal off, and then something really weird was happening with the bike. I couldn't understand what was going on. But looking down, I saw my cranks were in a very weird position.
What the... Question. Have you ever seen cranks? Have you ever seen cranks like this? What the heck? Okay, long story short, third lap of the race and I have a chain drop. Well, that's what I thought, so I stopped to I couldn't get it on while riding, so I stopped to put the chain back on the chain ring. And I tried to ride off and I couldn't define what was happening. It felt so strange, and then I looked down and I see my freaking cranks. So yeah, obviously that ended my race today. The crazy thing is, the bike literally just got back from workplace because they rebuilt my bike on a new frame. I didn't want to get into details about the bike yet because I wanted to do like a review video, but I had a small crack in my frame which they replaced. Super awesome, great service of Canyon, so nothing bad about that. But this is the first like intense ride that I'm doing on the bike and something happened. So I don't have all the tools right now, so I'm gonna go home and take out the crank and then see what... I'm surprised and really bummed at the same time. Okay, so this is how what my cranks look like at the moment. I'm gonna take them apart and see what's wrong. I think there's two options. Either the axle on the drive side, on this side, is loose from the spindle, or this part somehow is slipping on the axle. We're gonna find out. I'm gonna take off the crank, see how the damage is, if I can still use it. It's not coming off because the crank axle has teeth and the crank arm bites into those teeth, but now it internally spinned a 1/4 degree on the axle, so all the teeth are probably messed up and it's stuck on the axle. So I'm gonna contact the service center and okay, editing the vlog. It's a couple days later. I've had a reply from the service center. They're going to fix it. They're gonna send me a new crank. They apologize for what happened. They admit it was a mistake. So it's all good. They're gonna fix it. Eventually I did get the crank off. I had to sort of push it back into the normal neutral position and I could pull it off. And I installed replacement temporary crank that I still had laying around. So I'm happy I have some spare parts. So I could race the next weekend. So that's another vlog that's coming up. So guys, I'm sorry it was such a short race and I couldn't finish it. Luckily nothing really serious happened. It's all good. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. I'm gonna see you next time. See ya!